This recipe makes perfect home fries and includes a few key tips to ensure they're crispy on the outside, fluffy on the inside, and full of flavor. Begin by cutting the ends off and peeling 2 russet potatoes. Then use the end of your vegetable peeler to carve out any eyes or blemishes. Russet potatoes are ideal for home fries because they have a soft and fluffy texture and are great at soaking up any spices you add. Slice the potatoes lengthwise into 4 even planks. It's very important that they're cut roughly into the same size cubes so they cook evenly. To do this, I start by cutting each plank in half lengthwise and then each half in half again. Then I do the same thing going crosswise until I get pieces that are about 1 inch by half an inch. You can stack the planks to speed up the cutting process. Now, in a large nonstick skillet on medium-low heat, add 1/4 cup of olive oil. Drop in the potatoes and toss them around until they're all coated in the oil. It might seem like a lot of olive oil, but we're making a decent amount of home fries, and the oil is important to get the right flavor and texture. The key to making great home fries is really simple because you just need to get the potatoes into an even layer and then not touch them. If you try to move them around a lot, it will disturb the cooking process and make it difficult to get a good crust. Let them fry on the first side for about 5 minutes. Then give them the first toss and push them back into an even layer. The first side will be barely golden at this point. Now let them cook undisturbed again for another 5 minutes. Ideally, you would want a different side of each cube to be in contact with the pan after every round, but you don't have to worry about that too much. Since we aren't cooking them on high heat, if the same side cooks twice, it won't burn. And we'll be doing several rounds of tossing, ensuring that every side gets a chance. Therefore, by the end, some sides will be very golden brown and some lighter, however the inside will be fully cooked. While the potatoes cook, this is a good time to prepare your toppings if you choose to add any. I like using some cheddar cheese, so here I'm grating about a half cup. I'm also slicing 1 large scallion that has been trimmed and washed, but regular onion would be the standard move. You can really add anything you want though, from red peppers to leftover chicken. After about 3 5-minute rounds of cooking on medium-low heat, the potatoes should be about 75% cooked. Now turn the heat up to medium to finish the cooking process and get them more golden. When the heat is on medium, only let them cook for about 3 minutes before tossing again. At this point, there will be a lot less sides that haven't seen the pan, so if there are any noticeably uncooked sides remaining, I do like to pick them out and intentionally flip them over to get as many sides golden brown as possible. After a couple more rounds of cooking and tossing on medium heat, they should be fully cooked. Now turn the heat back down to medium-low and make room in the center of the pan for the scallions. Add a splash of olive oil to keep them from burning. Let them sauté for about 30 seconds before mixing them in with the potatoes. Next, add your seasonings. Start with a couple big pinches of salt, which will be close to about a half teaspoon. Then I like to add about a 1/4 teaspoon each of garlic powder, onion powder, and sweet paprika. And finally, a dash of cayenne pepper, before giving them a good toss. You can also just of course use salt and pepper. Once they're all coated, add the cheese in an even layer and purposely try to drop some directly on the pan. This will lead to extra crispy bits that will add even more flavor. Let the cheese sit for a minute or two before flipping again. It will cause some of the potatoes to stick together, so I like to break up any large clusters with a wooden spoon. At this point, almost every side will be very golden brown, but if not, it won't matter since it's now covered in seasonings and cheese. And the important part is that you can hear just how perfectly crispy they are. Plate them up high before enjoying and garnish with some extra scallions and parsley if desired. But for me, adding a squeeze of ketchup is a must. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments or if you plan on trying these out. Thank you for watching.